They dropped the developer update for the February season, and we have 9 new cards to look at. Let's jump in. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the Snap Academy. I'm Muse, and today we are looking at the Brave New World season. Just got done looking at the developer update, footage of everything. There's a few cards I'm really excited for. There's 9 altogether. And I mean, let's just jump in. That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about cards. Let's look at the whole February season. All right, so starting off, we have our Season Pass card. The Season Pass, for those of you new to the game, is the $10 pass, which lets you have the card. There's a whole lot of just kind of value on the track. The Season Pass is your best value in purchasing anything in Marvel Snap. So if you have $10 and you want to invest in the game a little bit, it's always a great idea to do so with the Season Pass. We will be doing a giveaway. More on that later. So Sam Wilson, Captain America, he is a 2/3. Game start, add Cap Shield to a random location, ongoing. You can move Cap Shield. So just at its base, I love the animation. It's fantastic. It just kind of pops in. It's super cool. So it also gives you immediate priority. So you kind of start everything on turn 1. I don't know how much you need that necessarily, but maybe in the future that's something that, you know, we do care about, grabbing that kind of immediate priority. Maybe it goes into turn 2 as well. Who knows? So we do know that Cap Shield, which I will go over now, is a 1/1. Also ongoing. This can't be destroyed. Give your Cap +2 power when this moves to Cap's location. So you're doing a little ping pong. You're throwing Cap Shield. It does work with OG Captain America. Throwing it between the Falcon and Chris Evans. Just kind of going back and forth. Boosting them up, giving them +2 power. But also the ongoing works with Moonstone. So if you do have a larger Moonstone, say you've got the Captain America going, you've got an Ant-Man going, you're kind of boosting everything up. It is actually protecting your Moonstone when you end the Cap Shield on that Moonstone location. Just a nice little niche strategy if that's something that interests you in a little Moonstone deck. So real quick, I think this is a 4-star card. I think it's not necessarily the same level of Surtur. It might actually be more power overall if you do it right. But it goes into a few decks. You know, you have your ongoing synergies, kind of reboosting an archetype. I did call it in one of my past news videos that we were getting a what if season that was data mined. So I'm really excited to see that. And we might be able to get a full Captain America kind of ongoing thing going if we do get Peggy Carter Captain America. We'll see. I already called what if. We'll probably get Peggy Carter. She's probably going to also be ongoing. I don't know what her ability is going to be, but we're definitely going to get her for sure. Don't hold me to that. But I like the idea of this deck. I'm going to be playing this day 1. Make sure you're checking us out on Twitch while we're there as soon as it drops. But I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have like a kind of baby mover ongoing thing going on. Again, I'm playing a ping pong deck. I'm going to be busting out Hercules for the first time. And maybe even finish off with a little Spectrum. Spectrum did just get a buff, so maybe let's bust out the old Wong Spectrum stuff. I like it. The shield itself is ongoing. We'll see. I like the idea of it. We've got a lot of cards, so I want to kind of breeze through it quickly. Every week we do a breakdown and deck tech with all these cards. So these are really just initial thoughts. Next up, we have Joaquin Torres, or JT Falcon, Justin Timberlake Falcon. I want that variance. If there is a Justin Timberlake variant of this card, I would love that. But he is a 3/4 ongoing. The reveal abilities of your 1-cost cards here happen twice. Also synergizes with OG Falcon. OG Falcon picking up all those 1-drops, being able to use those twice with JT. Yeah, look, a lot of synergy there. It's nice that the Caps get to synergize, the Falcons get to synergize. That's super cool. But I think this is going to be a little more niche. There's only a few one-drop cards that you really want, the Hood kind of being the best value here. And I'm really thinking that maybe you drop in maybe Joaquin Torres on 3, save that Hood, and then on turn 4, maybe do the Hood plus Silver Sable, and then Falcon that, so you can get them again, and maybe Black Swan just to drop everything down on turn 6. We do know that 1-5 is a great stat line. Hydration Robert just got nerfed from a 1-5 to a 1-4, so that 2 power buff is going to be huge, especially if you're going to play for free. I think that's kind of where I'm going to focus in on. Maybe that Zeus style, get the Marvel Boy down, a little bit of bounce. Who knows? Maybe we might go full bounce, get the Toxin Beast. I actually don't think I own Black Swan, so I might spend some of those surplus tokens. Thanks, Second Dinner, for all those. To get Black Swan, just to kind of play around with that deck. We'll see. I think there's like 6 or 7 cards I don't own. Black Swan is one of them. But this might be, you know, Black Swan's kind of rise with this kind of deck that we're trying to bounce everything back, play a lot of, you know, the Hoods for free, not Hoods, Demons for free, a lot of 0/6s, just to kind of swarm, maybe also add that Victoria hand in there. That could be fun, like a swarm Hood kind of deal, maybe Bullseye, because you could throw all that. Could be something. Up next, we have Thaddeus Ross. He is a 2/2. When your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy, draw a card with 10 or more power. I'll give you this a 1-star and a 5-star. Why? Because the 5-star is being able to draw a card, which is awesome in any game, especially Marvel Snap. You're drawing, like, I think it's like 10% of your deck, a little less than 10% of your deck off of one, so that's meaningful. Getting to that piece you want, getting to that scar that you need to play for free in your starter deck. Also, I think this could be a great Airshim card. Getting to some of those big guys, thinning through your deck, I think that's a great idea. And then maybe even Thanos. If you don't necessarily get all the cards, your opponent's, you know, whiffs on an energy, you get to draw one of those big boys, so you're not kind of focused on just the stones. That could be something there as well. But for sure, an Airshim card. Not that Airshim needs another card to be good, but this is definitely going in Airshim decks. You're welcome, Jason. Not much to say about it, but I do think that this could be a very underwhelming card. Yes, card draw is very good, but also it's very conditional. You're hoping that your opponent does something to get the card, so it could go either way. Definitely, I think my overall I'm giving it a 2-star, but 5-star when it works and 1-star all the other times that it doesn't work. Up next is Redwing, which we did see its text change on the patch a few weeks ago. It now reads 3/3. The first time this moves, add a card from your hand to the old location. The direct synergy I can think of, because there's no activator for the card itself, is Heimdall. I think maybe you play this in like a Heimdall Hela deck, so that on turn 6 you can either Hela, and if you did Hela your Heimdall, if you discarded your Heimdall, you can get that Heimdall down after you already have the Redwing down, and then everything moves and you pull another card out of your hand. I think that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it right now, is with that Heimdall play, because I don't think that I would want to play this in like a move bounce deck, even in any kind of move deck, just kind of thinking about it. So I think Heimdall is its direct synergy. You have Redwing on 3, Heimdall on 6. Maybe you do have that Infinite in your hand. That's where I'm probably going to build this card around, is with that Heimdall package. That's really where I'm seeing it. I don't see it much anywhere else. Let me know if you do. And then finishing off the season, we have Diamondback, which is the card that I've been really most looking forward to. And that's because I really want to play the Toxic Rocks deck. So Diamondback is a 3/3 ongoing, another ongoing card. Enemy cards here afflicted with negative power have an additional -2 power. This also works with Moonstone, so you can just have a super duper just negative lane and carry with possibly just those 2 cards while you're doing things other places, you know, ending with just a hazmat on turn 6, maybe like a hazmat and a Wong or something. Who knows? But that is definitely an option. And just have those 2 cards in one lane, and they just super negative. On release, this is going to be a 1-star card, because everyone's going to be playing a Luke Cage. It's going to be the flavor of the week. No one wants to play against it, so they're all teching against it. So Luke Cage is just going to be everywhere. In a meta where Luke Cage kind of isn't as in our face, I think that this could be a 5-star card. I think that Ajax builds could really benefit from this, and I think that this might be what kind of takes that negative over the edge. Maybe even high Evo. This is a great high Evo card. You have that Cyclops. You have a whole lot of negative things going on anyway. Maybe play the Thing again. I think that this could bring high Evo back into the meta, and I'm really about it. I think this is going to be a fantastic card. This is my card of the season. If I was to save up, I'm saving up for Diamondback. I think Diamondback's going to be fantastic. She's a villain, you know, not necessarily well known, so we'll see. But I really like Diamondback as a card. And before we get to the last 3 cards, I want to talk about our giveaway. We are doing it again. We're going to switch it up just a little bit because the trailer always comes out so late, and I really want to make sure that all the cards are correct when or as correct as I can when I put this video out. I want everybody to, you know, have the most correct information they can. We're actually going to do the drawing for the next season. So the Agamotto season, we will be drawing on release at that point. So all of everything for this video is going to go into next season. With that being said, make sure you are a subscriber to the channel so that you can get in on it. And let me know what your favorite MCU movie is, or any Marvel movie. It could be X-Men from the old Fox. Just let me know what it is. Who's your favorite character and why do you like it? Let's talk about superheroes. That's what we're doing. We're playing superhero games. Let's talk about superheroes in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. And if we get 150 likes, I will do the super premium. That way you get that extra variants, the extra everything, the borders and the stuff and the things. So if we get to 150 likes, I will boost it up to that premium version for you guys. Good luck. So our next card is Uncle Ben. This card has been data mined, I think, since like alpha season. We've been seeing Uncle Ben in option, like as just a secret card that hasn't been released in a couple years. So Uncle Ben is a 1/2. When this card is destroyed, replace it with Spider-Man. I don't know how I feel about this card. I'm glad it's a free card, because I would hate to spend tokens on this card. It kind of goes with all 3 of these, except for one. I would spend tokens on 1 card. But 2 of the 3 of these, I don't know. Like, I don't know any kind of destroy Scream build. If you have that, throw the deck list underneath, let us know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like a destroy Scream package, and you eat your Uncle Ben, and then you get a Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man takes something over, and then you get the Scream off of the Thing. I have no idea. I'm at a loss. I like the flavor. It's kind of cool. Uncle Ben dies, Spider-Man happens. With great power comes great responsibility. That needs to be the voice line when it happens. But I don't know how I'm feeling about this card. Right now, this is a 1-star card. 100% 1-star card. Gorgon. I'm a fan of this card. 5 stars before we get there. So Gorgon is a 2/3 ongoing. Your opponent's cards that didn't start in their deck cost 1 more. Take that, Airsham players. We finally have a tech card against you. And I love that this is in a game mode. We don't know everything about it yet, but I'm glad that we're not spending resources other than maybe time on this card. It is a tech card. I feel like everyone should be able to have the tech cards. Maybe even Fenris Wolf going down to like Series 4. I feel like tech cards should be a little bit more accessible to everybody, given that they're there to kind of help stabilize the meta. But that's just me, hot take. No, this is great. You know, you Loki, your opponent Loki's, you have Gorgon down. Their Loki means nothing. They're just playing your deck, but from behind. Airsham, you're not getting Quinjets or anything. They still get their 1 energy. but they kind of lose it because it costs one more. So I'm a huge fan of Gorgon. I think this is a great thing. I love that it's not costing any resources. Not much to say other than screw Airship players. And lastly, we have Laufey. Monkey D. Laufey. I don't know. I think he's a frost giant. I could be wrong. But he is a 4/5, and his Laufey is a 4/5. On reveal, steal 1 power from each other card here. It's a much better Spider-Woman. So you do the initial 4 power, he becomes a 4/9, but then you're also stealing it and becomes a 4/13. That's awesome. Period. And then you can drop Diamondback, and then it's even more power. So I really like this card. I like the idea of this card. I really like that this card is part of a limited time event. So I think it's fun. I think it's great. It loses to Luke Cage, but in a meta where there's no Luke Cage, I think that Afflict is really going to have some players for it right now with kind of these 2 cards. I'm excited to see where Afflict happens. It's a different archetype. It's not your standard, it's not Surtur, it's not Mill. It's, kind of doing Mill things by, being mean to your opponent. But it's fun, it's doable, and you can counter it a lot easier than, Mill cards. So I'm giving this a 4-star. I think this is a great 4-star card. It's honestly, I would almost think that it should be a 5 power card, but then you have just a much better Spider-Woman. I think Spider-Woman might be getting a buff here before this comes out. She definitely deserves it. We'll see when we get the patch for character mastery and all that good stuff. But I think Laufey is going to be definitely a 4-star card for sure. So that is just kind of a quick overview of all the cards, just kind of my quick reaction, what I'm thinking about it. We will be doing deck techs on these on release every week, so make sure you are in Twitch, in YouTube, helping us build the decks. Some of our decks, our best decks, are built, with the community behind us. I'm just kind of saying, put this card in the deck, stupid streamer. And I'm like, all right, fine, maybe I will. But that's what I'm excited for. So we will do big breakdowns for every single card, every single week. Be ready for that. And just make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you know when we do drop those. I'm excited to have you guys here. Excited for the new season. It's not quite as good as the January season, but I'm still excited for it. Until next time, happy snapping.